Netflix has announced a new Degenerate animated series about personified animals fornicating. I am not making this up. They announced this just at the end of last month. Roll this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. And this new series is called Mating Season, and it follows, as I said, a number of personified animals and their escapades in fornication. This is what the press release said. We can click here. You can see the press release. It's dated April 30, so very at the end of April here. But it says that the series is set in the animal world, starring a cast of bears, raccoons, deer, foxes, and a host of other horny, lovable forest critters as they navigate love, sexual relationships, and the universal need to hook up and find a partner. So I don't know how more obvious it can get that this is going to be a degenerate, trashy show trying to poison the minds of more people. This show never should have been made. It never should have even been thought of. We really need to get to a point in society where these things aren't even being thought of. And it's going to take a lot of work to get there. And it's going to require us to actually have the government come in and put a stop to this. Dr. Edward Fazer has discussed this. He says the ideas and arguments of wokeism are uniformly bad, but many people remain attached to them anyway because the main appeal of wokeness is below the level of reason. As I have argued elsewhere, it is fueled by seething envy and resentment directed against the natural order of things. These spiritual pathologies make any politics rooted in them especially militant, hateful, and impervious to rational persuasion. You can't rationally persuade anyone that this stuff is bad. Like they just don't listen. And you see this all the time. People literally will look at evidence that obviously shows that whatever narrative they've been fed is not true, but because they are so convinced or they are such adherents to the woke ideology, they don't care. They will just say that you're lying, etc. I mean, we even see this with people with the Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2 stuff. They just flat out deny that it has child sodomy in the game. Like just flat out deny it despite all of the evidence showing that is indeed what they did. So you see that. You see this. So he says in order to eradicate it, it should instead be treated the way we treat Nazism, segregationism, and other ideas that are inherently destructive of basic social cohesion, as something to be purged altogether from school curricula, government, and other institutions, as well as from respectable discourse. It has to be purged. It has to be done from the top down. The government has to take action against this. The government has a responsibility to protect the common good, and it needs to actually start taking that responsibility seriously and taking action. And we finally have a president that seems to be doing that. President Donald Trump has indeed begun taking action on this. He's rooting out DEI. He's banned it from the federal government. He's begun instructing his various federal agencies to begin investigating a lot of these corporations that have been pushing these DEI agendas. But I think we can take it a step further, and we need to ban shows like this. There's absolutely no reason something like this should ever be allowed to be made. It is clearly pushing degenerate, disgusting, evil agenda and is trying to poison the hearts and minds of people on Netflix. That is exactly what this show is trying to do. So the show is being created by the team behind Big Mouth, another absolutely disgusting, degenerate show at Brutus Pink. Specifically, it's being created and executive produced by Mark Levin, Jennifer Flackett, Andrew Goldberg, and Nick Kroll. Netflix's vice president for animation series, John Derderian, touted the series by first praising the creative team in its past work, saying Big Mouth broke new ground in the world of adult animation with heart, humor, and total chaos. They took the awkwardness of adolescence and turned it into something universal and deeply human. I think that's just a straight up lie. These are screenshots from this show here. I haven't watched it. Just looking at their media library over on Netflix, these are tame. These are some of the tame ones, but you can see like utterly degenerate. The art style is disgusting and ugly. I don't know, is that a Hillary Clinton sign? I don't even know what that H thing is there. I think that's a Hillary Clinton sign. So clearly pushing political propaganda there as well to try to indoctrinate people into that, normalizing which political candidates they want their viewers to be voting for. I mean, this is just absolutely heinous stuff. And again, like I said, this is tame. These are the tame screenshots. There were screenshots that were in there that I found absolutely inappropriate and would never publish because they're so degenerate. So the idea that it's somehow deeply human and universal, simply not true. Total lie. Nevertheless, he went on and said, working with Nick Kroll and the brilliant minds at Brutus Pink over the course of 8 seasons has been legendary. No. Now, with mating season, they'll bring the same bold and hilarious creativity into the animal kingdom. We're beyond excited to unleash this next chapter together. The Brutus Pink production company also said this in a statement. After 8 incredible seasons telling stories about growing up, we're excited to tell stories about actual grown-ups who happen to be animals who are also cartoons. And the press release also hinted that the show will push taboo topics, given that's what its predecessor did. The press release says Big Mouth didn't shy away from diving into the big stuff like identity, consent, and mental health, often through music. So I think it's clear that they're going to be doing that in this show as well. In fact, they say this, Big Mouth has made a groundbreaking impact around the globe, pushing the boundaries of animated television by addressing taboo topics with humor and honesty. I doubt they do that. Doubt that any of this is done with honesty. I think these people, if they're being honest, they'll realize that they've been lying to themselves and they're clearly pushing degenerate, evil, disgusting agendas. They go on and say it's charted new ground in animation, providing audiences with a hilarious yet insightful way to learn about the complexities of adolescence and identity. With mating season on the horizon, fans can look forward to another bold and entertaining journey from the creators who brought their animated brilliance to life in the genre-defining Big Mouth. So, no, this show should absolutely be banned. It has no place in decent society, and no one should be exposed to this whatsoever. I'm sure that's going to piss a lot of people off, but that's where we need to take society. If you actually are serious about wanting to make America better, make America great again, you have to oppose this degenerate agenda that is trying to poison the minds and souls of people and lead them to ruin. And that's exactly what this show is. This is a show aimed to lead people to ruin. And they are trying to justify it under the guise that it's somehow a comedy. No, it is clearly pushing all of these evil things. They're admitting it here in the press release. And that's what they're doing. They're very open about their agenda. And it should be shut down. Government should take action against this. And I know it's going to piss people off, but that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And clearly, I'm not alone in this. If you actually want to fight against this actual ideology, you want to fight against wokeism, that's how you're going to fight it. It hasn't gone away. It hasn't gone away by making YouTube videos. It hasn't gone away by people realizing after COVID that this ideology is insane. It hasn't gone away after the Summer of Love, people realizing what Black Lives Matter was really all about. It hasn't gone away. I mean, there's articles where men are still competing in female sports. This stuff hasn't gone away. We've got 400 United Kingdom actors supporting gender ideology. There's over 2,000 writers doing it, and that's just this week. This stuff isn't going away. It's not going to go away organically. It has to be removed by state actors, and that's how you have to get rid of it. That's how you actually have to fight this stuff. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?